comic coming up is another Nashville comic, hosts a monthly showcase at the Red Bicycle out of Nashville. Make sure if you have the chance, go check it out, because Nashville comedy is awesome, and that's why I invite these people down here, because I want us exposed to all this comedy. Everyone give it up for Laura Hibbert.
Hey guys, how we doing today? Good. Oh, come on. How we doing today? Yeah, there he is. What does your shirt say? What is that? Shabunga Bruin? Sheboygan. I love that. Hey guys, so yeah, my name's Laura. How we doing? We're good. Great. I'm so excited to be here. I love coming out to Kentucky. I always tell Allie this. You guys are amazing, super fun. I'm very excited to be here, so thank you for having me. The weather's been kind of hit or miss. I don't know about Kentucky, but Nashville, I'm sure it's kind of the same here. Kind of reminds me of the drivers in the South. You know, you never know which way it's going to turn. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from California. I know, another one moving out this way. But to be fair, I moved out here before it was like a thing to move out here. But I still can't get used to the weather. I figured if I keep shorts and t-shirts on one side of my closet and sweaters on the other, I'm good to go. I'm good, I've got this. Let's see, there's been a lot of homeless, not a lot, but they're coming around Nashville, and I feel really bad about that. I really don't like seeing people displaced, not having a home. It's really sad, but man, I hate pulling up next to them at a red light. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the worst. I'm nice, I say hi, you know, we do the cordial thing. And I'll start looking around, I'm like 10 and 2 with my hands, and I'll look around my car and I'm like, all right, I got a pen and raisins. What can we do with that? Like I wanna help, that's all I've got. And I'll pull up like my iPhone 13, just feeling like a basic white girl, just pretending to look at a text that I didn't get. Really long red light that time. It was good. I recently just got back from vacation. I drove cross country all the way back to California and went to Mammoth Mountain. Has anybody heard of Mammoth Mountain? All right, yeah, beautiful mountain, great for skiing, snowboarding, super fun. And my grandpa sold the cabin that he owns. Paid off real estate in California. Brilliant idea, but I'll channel that for my therapist next week. But it's sold, so we had to help him get some stuff out by the end of the month. So we're in the kitchen, and I pull out the kitchen drawer. I'm like, that's a nice knife. I can't afford knives like that. He's 93. He won't remember this knife, right? So I took all the knives, put them in my suitcase, took some lamps. Basically like a whole new living room set. I was a little concerned about the packing back in my car to drive it back to Nashville. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend. Like a man to help me do stuff. That's new for me, that's exciting, right? And not just any man, I have a Latino. They get it done. They get it done. But he packed that sucker up, it was so good, and I don't know, any Latinos out in the audience? It's okay, I get the same response every time. Just like crickets. It's alright. Yeah, they get stuff done. For example, if you go to Nashville, I don't know if you guys get out there's a lot of construction going on, right? You look at what like the Caucasian man's doing, and he's usually just wearing his little orange vest with his hard hat, looking at his phone and just doing this, directing traffic. You look at the Latinos, the Hispanics are getting it done. They're stacking those bricks. They're like, they're all happy. They're playing their music. They take a siesta, nap. They have a nap in their work schedule. That's amazing. They get it done. I love it. They're not Mexicans, they're Mexicans. Any singles in the audience? Or you don't want to admit it? I know there's like at least one of you, but it's fine. Dating in the South was a little rough when I moved out to Nashville. I moved out there about 6 years ago. I tried the dating app Bumble. Has anybody been on dating Yeah, it's the bubbles where like the woman makes the first move. You know, we don't have to carry a child for 9 months, but yeah, let's do that for you on the app. Let's make that first move. Us ladies love that. And it was just kind of became really entertaining because I started seeing like a theme of photos. And the first one I always saw, and explain this, the fish pic. What is that? I'm curious, you know, because they're so excited too of that little trout. And all I see is that you stood in water for about like, I don't know, 5-6 hours to catch that. Maybe that does it for some ladies. The next pic is always a guy with like kids in the photo, and it usually captions like uncle time, which is code for these aren't mine. But I want you to see how attractive I am holding them. Yes, I'm still single and 40, and no, I don't think it's my fault. And then the last picture is always, of course, a gym pic, right, ladies? They always want to let us know they work out. They got their little tankini on, thinking that does it for us, and their little like armpit hairs sticking out. We don't really care about that. You know, I think what we care about and what would get more swipes is like a photo of you killing a spider. Calling your mom back. Putting the toilet seat down. I don't know, things like that. I did go on a date with a guy once from the South. And that was interesting. And he picks me up in his truck, which I've learned in the South, a truck is like a second penis to you all. Y'all. And he took me to a restaurant. And out of the middle of nowhere, he tells me his testosterone level. He said it's real good and it's real high. Yes, my thoughts exactly. If you didn't hear that, she was like, oh. Yeah, I didn't really know how to come back from that one. Yeah, that didn't work out. But it's been interesting. I am in a relationship now. We just celebrated our 1 year. Yes, it only took me till 36. So, lady, there's hope. You know, there's some out there that are still good. Like I said, he is Latino, and that's a first for me. Not to sound super white, but I've only dated Caucasian guys, and he's great. You know, it's Latinos. Like I said, they get her done. And I am a little nervous about meeting his family, though. So I'm an introvert, and I don't know if you know the Latino culture, but they go everywhere together. Just a nice big group. We do everything together. You know, and I'm like, going to the bathroom, I'm like, no, this is a closed door policy. We shut them here. You know, that's a private thing. We're not there yet. But I am a little nervous to meet his family. Because, have you guys seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? That movie, you know, when they meet Ian and they just completely, like, take him out. He's like, honey, that's probably what's gonna happen. And I figured it out. I'm gonna get a big-ass sombrero. Come at me now, try to all come and get me. You know, it's gonna be one at a time. But it's been good. It's been really good. I did a juice cleanse recently. Anybody done a juice cleanse? Yeah. I love that response because people are like, yay, I kind of did it. It was awful. I'm never doing that again. I do feel like before you get married, that should be like a prerequisite, like at school. Like if you can date, like if your boyfriend can go through a juice cleanse with you, you should be fine. Because the first day you're like, yeah, this is going to be exciting. Like you're going to cleanse. It's going to be great. And then the second day, you haven't had caffeine for like 48 hours, so you start forgetting things, like your name. And then the third day rolls around and you're just like got messy bun, haven't washed your hair. You know, you got bags on your eyes. And but the thing they don't tell you when you go on a juice cleanse is you get super gassy. Like really gassy. Because you're just drinking vegetables and fruit for like 3 or how long you do it. And at the beginning, you know, I didn't want to like, I'm in this relationship, right? I didn't want to just let that go. We save that for marriage, right? Because then he can't get out. I mean, he can, but, you know, it's locked in. It's legal, you know? And he's a doctor, which is great, but not when you have to fart. You know, because I'll just be like, oh no, my stomach just hurt, it's fine. As I'm like squeezing my butt cheeks as tightly as possible, you know, just not letting that volcano erupt. And I'm not gonna, it gets bad, guys. It's like where you're like, did I just shred my panties? I don't know. And he'd be like, honey, you just need to let it out. You just need to let it out. It's natural, it's fine. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go for a walk around the block for like 20 minutes. Gotta call my mom. Yeah, so the fourth day, you know, I'm done, and I sit down next to him on the couch, and I look at him, and I'm like, honey, I think I'm gonna let it out now. You know, 3 days, that's a lot. I'm in my mid-30s. Anybody in their 30s? Mid-30s? Technically, I'm 36, but who determines that cutoff, right? But I like it. I think as women, I can speak for myself, but I think as a whole, we're more comfortable with where we're at. We know what we want, you know, and we don't put up with so much. You know, we've dated every type of guy there is out there. We have an emotional support animal at this point, you know, and for example, I plopped down next to my boyfriend on the couch, and I was really wearing like my really sexy negligee. They're sweatpants from Target. And I wear them so much that they have the crotches like see-through at this point. So it's great. And so I lay down and I put my legs on his lap. And we're coming out of winter season, right, ladies? Like, you know, it's been a winter. We've been wearing pants. And he starts to like pull up my pant leg all excited and like, ooh, I haven't shaved in like 2 weeks. And he looks down and then he looks up at me and he just starts like petting me. I'm like, what? There's the door. You don't like it, you can leave. And then I'm like, please don't leave. All there's left is dating app and divorced men that still think it's not their fault. I do enjoy living in Nashville. I do. It's been fun. You guys are so nice. People out here in the Southeast are so nice. Very sweet. You guys say bless your heart instead of screw you. That's so fun. I got thrown off a lot when I would go to stores because people ask you like, how did you find everything? What are you doing this weekend? How are you? And at first I was like, what do you want? You're really nice, but then I was like, all right, Laura, bring it way down. People are just nice out here, which is great. I will say Nashville, I don't know if have you guys been out to Nashville recently? Yeah, you probably go out there quite a bit. It's become like a bachelorette central down there. And I'm thinking of moving because I live close to downtown. And as much fun as it is to come out on a Saturday to walk your dog and see a bachelorette passed out on the lawn wearing a fuzzy pink cowboy hat with a shirt that said, I said yes, on the back. That's really fun. But when I thought of like buying a home, I didn't really think like, you know, I thought of a big backyard, not like a bunch of passed out bachelorettes. And I'm getting a little, like, I love the new restaurants they're putting up and the coffee shops. They're very cute, very trendy. But I'm seeing that they're making the women's restrooms like a freaking, like, I don't even know what you call it, like a dressing room. They have these like full-on, full-length mirrors. You know, they've got perfume, hairspray, like they're setting it up for like you to like set up shop. So I was waiting in line to go to the bathroom recently, and it was like 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes at this point. And she comes out, she's blonde, which is fine, we won't stereotype, right? But she comes out with cowboy boots, and I look in and I see this full-length mirror, I'm like, all right, we're not getting ready for Broadway, you know, like, do have the hotel room. Yeah, that was a new one. I'm just trying it. It didn't work, but that's okay. I'm gonna work on it because there's something there, but it's gonna be great. I did go on another date I'll end with this. I did go on another date with a guy from the South, and he picked me up with his truck again, and he got out of his truck wearing like those bedazzled jeans with like the gems on the back. And he had like his like tight shirt on, like a little too tight. I thought he just came out of like a Florida Georgia Line like music video. And we get in and we go to a restaurant, what you do on a date. And we finish up, we wrap up. I'm not feeling it, you know, and that's fine. And he's like, you want to go to the bar? You know, I've got some buddies there, and we're gonna drink some beers and watch a game. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. Like, I'm just gonna go home. And he's like, oh, you don't like to have fun? So he dropped me off. I said, bless your heart, and got a dog the next day. Guys, you